Well, the herb garden actually got started as a period kitchen garden shortly after the John Wornall House Museum opened as Kansas City's first house museum in 1972 with the Jackson County Historical Society. And the garden opened in 1976. Again, it was a period kitchen garden at the time. It has been lovingly tended to by many volunteers throughout the years who are actually still involved today. Some of them have been here since the 80s. For example, Kathy Campbell has managed particularly the herb garden since the 80s, and she is still with us. So we're very, very fortunate to have a group of volunteers that have worked with the herb garden throughout the years. So over a couple of dozen of herbs. And what we are featuring now are some modern herbs that everyone is familiar with in the kitchen because they're, very important to people today from a culinary perspective. But we also feature a lot of period herbs that would have been used back when the Wornall House was on a 500-acre farm. So many of the foods and would have been prepared here as, again, you were out in the middle of 500 acres. So they were pioneers and they would have had a kitchen garden. And so we feature some of the herbs that would have been in the garden at that time that were used for many things, obviously for food, but for medicinal purposes and fragrance as well. They relied on many different types of herbs in everyday life. Again, you'll see things such as lamb's ear out there. That might have been used as a Band-Aid, and the kids really delight in learning about those types of plants when they come here on field trips. And those are the plants that we feature when we talk about the herb garden today. If you had a fever, they would have used something called feverfew, and lavender, obviously, for fragrance, and you could make a vinaigrette. And we have someone who actually still today makes a lavender cake annually for us with that. Yes, I like to come out here at lunch. It's very therapeutic to come out here and just take a walk through the garden and get the fragrance on my hands by rubbing the leaves. Anise, which is very pungent, would have been used in tea. The chives, which we divide every spring and sell, one of our plants that sells right away at our spring herb sale every year. Never underestimate an herb. A lot of us are used to growing them in pots, but here it's kind of used as a ground cover in this bed.